tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
It's coming. Forever is coming.
Wait, was that right at the beginning? Wait, it's coming now. Wait, what? Forever, man.
Guys, welcome to AfterBuzz. This is the Forever After Show. I am your host, Kate Aquillano. I'm on Twitter at Kate Aquillano. We want you to join the conversation, hashtag ABTVForever. These are my lovely co-hosts.
Hi, Pegah Rad here. You can follow me at Pegah Rad on Twitter and Instagram.
And I'm Marielou Mandl. You can find me also on Twitter and Instagram at Marielou Mandl. And Pegah just got back from Vegas and picked this song. Are you still in the mode? Are you still partying?
Still fun.
Still fun. A little Drake to set the tone. Before we get into season 1, episode 17 of Forever, called Social Engineering, guys, I just want to remind you. Epic premiere happening.
Oh my gosh.
2 days? In 2 days.
Yeah. March 5th.
March 5th, 10/9 Central, ABC, this new drama called American Crime. It's supposed to be amazing.
I'm so excited. Felicity Huffman.
Yeah.
Regina King.
You love yourself some Regina King.
I do. I love her.
You guys,
she's the best.
She's fabulous.
She's fabulous. And it's from the Oscar-winning screenwriter of 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
His name's Judd Ridley. Like you said, Felicity Huffman covers like race, gender issues, politics, class. It should be very intense, but like very thought-provoking, I feel like.
I can't wait
Have you guys seen the promos?
Oh,
Yeah,
all
it's
the
really
time.
great. Yeah, can't
It
wait.
looks good. All right, well, make sure to check it out. March 5th, 10/9 Central, ABC, American Crime.
Yes.
Yeah, we should have a girls'
I'll
night.
be.
and watch it.
Girls'
God,
night.
yeah.
Perfect.
Some American Crime, some wine.
I mean, what's better? Forever?
Forever.
Ah, like that little
Tuesday
trend.
nights with you, ladies.
That's right. Like I said, Social Engineering is the name of the episode. First impressions. What do you think?
It was good. Very hip and modern with the whole technology thing. Something that we see Henry kind of shy away from all the time.
Yeah.
But it was good. I liked it a lot.
What about
Yeah, I
you?
agree. It was something that he's not so comfortable with.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he is like, how old is he? 200 years?
Is he? Yeah.
yes.
200 years old. I mean, just think of how like hard it is to teach your grandparents what Facebook is, and then teach that to Henry Morgan, who is 200 years old.
Even me with like new apps that come out, I'm like, how does this thing work? I feel like I have to just constantly
Technology
be keeping up.
moves so
Yeah.
quickly.
Well, he's been around for so long, you would think he would just learn to adjust quicker.
And he's a smart cookie.
And he's a doctor. Like, he had to learn new, like, technology and medicine.
True.
So,
yeah.
come
I
on.
don't know. All of his patients are dead, so I don't know how much he really
True,
needs
that's
to like up his credentials because they don't have a pulse. Let's get into this. It kind of opens with people watching the big screen in Times Square and a TV show called The Hot Seat, and they're interviewing like a typical politician. His name was Mr. Kreef, I think, something like that.
Creef, I
yes.
think.
And you see this hacker, and he's on his little computer, and the kind of like the B-roll behind the interview changes, and it's like this message from the faceless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like exposing his little secrets and
And then has a clip of him where he's like, grab your umbrellas, guys, because this year it's going to rain money.
it slows it down.
Rain money.
Rain money. We should have had that song as our opening.
Yeah.
Could have auto-tuned it.
Did it have Forever in it?
Well, if you put the title in there, you know.
We could have made it happen. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize.
Maybe Detective Hanson could have sang the song "Make It Rain Money" on Forever.
Hashtag get Donnie to sing. It's happening. It's gonna happen.
It is.
Like literally,
shot
it's
it. It
gonna happen.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. So then we see. I thought the hacker, it was gonna be very secretive, like he was the killer, but then automatically they show his face, And he's like, all like, oh, I just did that. Walks through Times Square all like
Proud.
Look at me. Cut to him dead. The crime scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of freaky. They showed him like face on, like, you know.
Right, he was laid awfully like cleanly.
Yeah, it was like perfect.
I was kind of
like, who sleeps like that?
I know
he's like died in his sleep, but he's
no one sleeps like that. He like literally was sleeping like a corpse.
Yeah.
I don't like it. They kind of, you know, he's there, Morgan. He knows right off the bat.
What did he find? What did it smell like?
I don't know.
Captain.
Captain.
It's your job to write down the scientific
and I'm
words.
So proud of it.
Again, Marielou won this week, and she guessed the murderer. I did not win. We'll get to that later, but I'm still not happy. So he died of asphyxiation, and they kind of realize, because his alarm goes off, and like everything is automated. So the murder weapon was basically the thermostat, because someone hacked in and like made gas go into his room, apparently.
Yeah.
God, I wish I knew more about like. I mean, I was about to say I wish I knew more about hacking, but hacking is bad.
Do you, Kate?
I'm gonna hack
Like,
Pegah Rad. I don't even
And
know what I would
follow
do. I have
everyone?
no, like, I can't be a hacker because I don't even know what I would do to you.
Yeah.
You
You're
have to do
too
something
sweet.
silly and like go and like follow all these like weird,
Yes, that's exactly what I would do when I would hack you.
like, little teeny bopper stars. But that might be appropriate for you.
Yeah, it's something I usually do.
A bunch of metal singers.
You'd probably like it.
She'd be like, "Oh, I already follow." You're like, "Ah, dang it."
Next time.
Okay.
So then they go to the NYPD offices, and this crime division couple of people walk in.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah. And they don't even really introduce themselves. They're just like, we're the crime division. We'll take it from here.
And why don't they have their own office?
I don't know.
If they are a whole division, they're like,
Yeah.
no, but we're gonna set up over here.
They like moved in.
Well, it was because they had to come over to homicide. Maybe they
Oh yeah,
had to
maybe because like murder's not
it-
always in their repertoire.
yeah, a lot of like
Maybe.
computer
never know.
crime. I don't know. I'm never gonna be a part of a cyber division, so I'll take their word for it.
And I thought it was fun that the group that was causing all the trouble is the Faceless, which is like anonymous, and they have a mask.
Scary mask.
Did not like that mask. Oh, we missed that. Hanson does find the mask at the crime scene, so they put those two together.
Then Lucas
Very
freaks
observant.
out. Lucas just freaks like, we gotta get out of here.
I have some sketchy Google searches that I am not proud of. He was really funny in
He
this
was.
episode. I love that. But they're talking all about technology, and Hanson's just kind of like blown away, like, okay, I'll relax. And you see Joe goes down to the morgue, and she's talking to Henry, and she goes, don't you just feel really old? And I mean, it's so like on the nose, but it's still amazing.
Yeah.
Because it works so well. Because what's he supposed to say to that?
And he always makes those little faces like you know, the
You have
typical
no
like,
idea.
Yeah.
So
Boy, do I know.
Boy, do I. The cybercrime unit's kind of like doing their thing because they think they can solve the murder just by like typing. Then Joe and Henry are like, no, we are going to do real police work.
Yeah.
We're going to go gas ourselves and recreate the crime scene.
Okay, now that
This is Pegah's favorite part.
it was just so intimate. I mean,
I
they're
wrote
laying
that.
there in the bed, then
Intimate.
she turns to him, and I forget what their conversation was.
Why death?
Oh, why death, Henry? Like, why did you choose this field? And then he turns to her, and they're just looking into each other's eyes.
They're in bed, face to face. I mean, they got some gas masks on, so it's not very sexy. But
But
still.
Pegah's over here trying to be quiet about it, and I was like, that's definitely a moment. She's like,
she's like, I'm gonna play it cool
No, listen.
until they say it.
Like, it's not like I'm dying for a moment to happen, but when they do have one, like,
You want more.
I want it to be noticed, and I want it to be appreciated.
well, it was noticed.
Yeah.
Well, and when they are face to face, she goes, what is it? Do you want to live forever? Like another kind of on the nose comment, but it's like, you wish he could tell her. You wish he could talk to her about these
Maybe
things.
it's foreshadowing. Maybe they will eventually.
I mean, someone has to find out eventually.
Yeah.
I don't know who it's going to be, but someone. Basically, they realize that there's no way he could have died from gas. He could have died of asphyxiation from the gas coming in through the heater.
Yeah.
So they go back to the NYPD to tell these people, and they're like, dude, we got it. It's the computer was traced back to a terminal, something. It's the politician. And they have, like, the politician, like, walking into an interrogation room, and then Henry's like, no.
Yeah.
That's not how it went down.
I shaved that guy's face, and there was a handprint on it.
That's like that. Couldn't they get, like, a fingerprint from the hand on the face? That's the only thing
Unless
I
it
was
got
like,
wiped off with the
shaving.
Yeah.
All right, fine. So they're kind of like in disagreement because they're like, dude, we got him. No, we didn't. And then so they interrogate the politician, and he has an alibi because he was at home. So they've determined that the killer was there because there's a handprint. So if he was at home, he didn't do it. And this is when Lucas has a little love affair with the cyber girl.
Yeah.
I do think that Lucas needs a girl.
He does. He definitely does.
She was the right one for him.
There's just not enough time in the episodes to really focus on him and a girl, but, like, I want him to get excited.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just cute. He, like, lights up like a little boy.
He needs a girl.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then we get a flashback or no?
We go to a flashback.
Yeah. Okay, now.
This was crazy.
Yes, that was very challenging
so
to see him suffer in his flashback this way.
So it's 1864, and he saved a boy, and so he's in the newspaper as, like, a hero doctor. And there is a woman claiming to be his wife in the waiting room.
This old lady.
And it's Nora. Who's Nora? Remind the lovely people.
Nora is
the psycho wife who sent him to the insane asylum because she didn't believe that Henry was immortal.
Oh my gosh, how dare she not believe her husband is immortal?
Well, yeah, and so now she's back and she's like, oh, I believe it now. Well, you know what? Too little, too late. Too little, too late, Nora.
So we were like, oh,
I'm so
Nora.
mad.
Yeah, I loved how they intertwined other flashbacks with this episode's flashback was supposed to be a current flashback. That's an oxymoron. But tonight's flashbacks, that they're kind of like weaving the story together, even though it's like bits and pieces and years and jumping time.
Yeah, I loved it.
It all weaves together.
Yeah, we're getting more information so we can string together a real history for him.
Yeah.
And that's
because
what
it's
I want.
only 200 years. Like, it's 200 years, but
It's doable.
It's
like how many rounds of a lifetime?
Yeah.
You know, we'll get all the major points.
Exactly. We're smart. We can take it. And then after the flashback, we go back to Henry and Abe. I love, cause like the Henry and Abe scenes are always just like a little update. Like I feel like that's his purpose, is like to download Abe on what's happening with the case, and then it gives the viewers a little like, okay, so yeah, that's what's happening, just in case you didn't catch up on one thing or the other. And then he asked him about his like activist background, because the Faceless is kind of like a cyber activist.
They call them hacktivists.
Activist.
Right.
Hacktivists. Because they're hacker activists.
Yes. And Abe says it's always about a girl. I mean, that's typical Abe. He has like 4 wives.
It's always about a girl with Abe.
Exactly. But the Eric Shaw, the victim, his stomach contents, which every time they bring out that bag of like stomach contents, I'm like, is that really necessary? It's gross.
Yeah. Pasta Nero. Squid pasta.
Squid pasta.
Yeah.
It was also the restaurant that catered
the politician's event.
So this is where like it's coming together.
Yeah.
They go to the restaurant, and he spots this girl with a scientific word.
Yeah.
Botsman's entropy formula.
And what is that?
I tried to look it up.
We didn't go to MIT, people.
There was some math jargon, and I was like, I don't know.
It was something that a normal girl would not get tattooed on her.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But she played it cool.
She did.
Like, I don't know him. Like, I got to keep this job. And then he's like, do you want to come down the stage? She's like, sure, why not?
Let me grab
and then switch.
Pulls down the shelf or whatever it was.
She was like, I mean, she's a hacker and a criminal, so
yeah. But
this probably wasn't her first rodeo.
Yeah. I didn't think she was the killer, though, at all.
No.
Not even for a second.
It's never the first person that
it's too easy.
we get.
Too easy.
But at that point, we're so far into the episode, I was like, oh, no, we've already seen who the killer is.
She got it. Not happy. I wrote down my guess right here, and it was not right. Fine. But They follow her. She gets on her little motorcycle because she is a bad chick. I could never pull that off. Like, I can't just, like, get on a motorcycle and, like, speed away.
Yeah, and she's, like, swerving through traffic and the lights are changing for her.
But she drops her cell phone. She gets away, but she drops her cell phone.
Yeah.
So from that cell phone, they figure out her, from the restaurant, her, like, employment record's totally fake. But the fingerprint from the cell phone is hers. She's in the system. Her name is Liz.
Liz Chamberlain.
Liz Chamberlain. How did they connect Liz to Warlock, which is Bernard?
Did I miss that?
No, I didn't catch that one either. But when he asked
maybe it was like a known accomplice in her file or something, but they like automatically knew like, oh, Liz, we need to talk to Warlock.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, I remember them saying something.
I missed why they got him in there, but as soon as he asked for the grape soda, I was like, he was in there.
He was in the apartment. Well, before they talk to Warlock, there's another flashback, and it's Nora in the hospital because she had fainted. And she's awake, and she basically is like, Henry, you need to share your miracle with the world. And he's like, no.
He's like, this is my secret. I'm not going to tell anybody. Don't even try.
She's a crazy old woman.
Yeah. He's trying to play it cool, be like, maybe you're feeling a little weird, old lady.
Why don't we send her to the asylum?
And then he snaps. He's like, you sent me away.
You ruined my life. You will not do it again.
Was that the angriest we've seen Henry?
Yeah.
He was pretty
heartbreak,
livid.
Henry.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably still dealing. This is like pretty recent. I mean,
like within 50 years.
Yeah. I would say even less, like 30 years. And yeah. He's not gotten over that little insane asylum moment in his life.
Because it was one of the hardest things, I think, at least up to that point.
Absolutely.
For him.
He felt that was like the first time he was betrayed.
Yeah. Time.
And it's so new. He's still a new immortal. He's like a baby immortal.
He's still trying to figure it out.
And this is that would have been his first time seeing people get old in his life.
It was probably
where he
shock.
didn't grow.
Yeah. It's like the first time he has to let go.
It's like the first cycle of it. So it's all that freshness, but we're like, Abigail will never do this to him.
Yeah.
Abigail did something.
She did something, but it was
can't
not
wait.
Nora style.
Can't wait. We'll wait for prediction, but I need to know what happens with Abigail. Then they go and interrogate Warlock. We find out there was a group meeting at Eric's apartment. Grape soda cans.
Grape soda.
Liz was there. But Warlock drops a little bomb that Eric was cheating on Liz. So then you're like, wait, is this like a lover spat? Did Liz do this? I still wasn't buying it, right?
Yeah, I knew Liz wasn't in it, or she didn't do it. She may have been a reason why anger and all that stuff occurred, but not the killer.
He's not the killer.
Yeah, no.
She loved him.
Yeah.
It was
loved him.
When they were... Oh.
A motorcycle.
Is that Liz?
It's Liz! Getting away! Speaking of Liz, Henry's in the morgue, just minding his own business. And you hear this little... And she hacks into his computer.
It's like dialogue, like a chat room. And he goes to respond and he's like, doop, doop, doop.
She's so frustrated. She's like, you are the slowest typer. And he's like, it's typist. I love him so much. I love him. But she basically is gonna blackmail him. I was like, Liz, you're playing hardball. Get those records, University of Guam. That's not true.
She knows she's got something on him.
But did you ever think that Henry would like?
No,
he's too good.
Too smart.
Yeah.
He's too smart. He's too good of a person to ever like agree to. He'd rather be like suffering himself than have anyone else suffer.
He can't live with guilt and.
If that's like the worst she was finding on him, like the other hackers when they like Warlock looked up stuff on Joe and he's like, oh, you have one credit card, no balance, and like a late fee at the library.
Yeah, and Hanson was like,
Hanson's like, let's not look at it. Like, is there nothing fun on Henry?
I'm sure there's probably nothing.
That's
That's
he
what
probably
the
never
weird.
uses the internet.
he doesn't
That's
use
the
technology.
weird thing. There's like these 6 years that he appears, but in like, okay, you worked here, you went to school here, but like nothing else.
Yeah, nothing scandalous.
Yeah, I'd love to know where they got the ability to make those records, or
like
those are just how did they get that in there to begin with?
Right.
That's true. How and who made them?
Unless Abe is really good on computers.
Abe secret hacker for sure.
That antique store is just a front. It's like a
'Cause
whole
he's a
cyber
hacktivist.
He's
world.
a hacktivist.
Yeah.
Well, Liz wants a death certificate because she wants to disappear. Because obviously, whoever is killing Eric is probably after her, and so she wants to disappear. And Henry kind of warns her of your life you're running from kind of never leaves you.
Yeah.
And because he's talking from experience. I like this little next scene between Henry and Abe. He asks for advice. It's like another update. He asks Abe for advice, and then Abe kind of references Nora. Do you remember how that ended with Nora? And it's just like, I love that Henry has told him everything. Obviously, this is way before Abe was ever in existence.
Yeah.
And he knows everything.
I love that. I
So
mean,
when
who else is going to be there for him?
That's what makes their bond so special, because like he's the only one he could really truly confide in.
I feel like he's going to need somebody else because it's going to come to that time where Abe's no longer going to be around. And either he finds I know, it's sad, but like he does need to open up to someone again.
Lucas?
Yeah.
Yeah. You think the first person will be Lucas?
Yeah.
You think the first person will be Joe?
I thought Lucas for a while, but I want it to be Joe now. I think
It's
she
gonna be
deserves
one of those two for sure.
Yeah.
I agree. So then cybercrime uses like facial recognition. They're in the process of like, finding Liz. She's at the antique shop with Henry, wanting her death certificate. She's like threatening to press send. And he like, do you think that was a death certificate that he pulled out of his jacket? Or was that just like a random piece of paper?
He just
No,
has
because she looks at it, right? For a second.
Really, like,
no.
It was a form,
it was a form.
but I don't think it was necessarily her. Because it did pass through my mind where I was like, did he actually like go through and type it up and like consider?
I don't think he ever considered it.
Okay.
And it was just for dramatic flair.
So it's kind of like what he did last episode with the Polaroid, like a fake out thing. Like
he's a
good at those little
magician.
tricks.
I mean, he's 200 years old.
Trickery.
He knows some tricks.
Yeah.
She's mad because she doesn't get what she wants, and she's like, fine, do what you want to do. And like, she's in the process of sending this like blackmail email. She gets hit by a car.
Yeah, she's crossing the street.
And there's a weirdness with the lights, and I'm like, oh my god, whoever did it just changed the light and killed her.
Yeah.
Scary that people
scary.
can do those kinds of things. She's on life support at the hospital. Thank God she didn't die. And you get a that's when we get our final flashback of Nora.
And she comes with a gun to try to prove.
Why does she want the world to know so badly?
Yeah, I'm like, let him be. Like, you ruined his life, and now you're back to ruin it again. And then she shoots the poor nurse.
That poor nurse. That would have been like Henry's second wife before Abigail, because they were getting
kissing in the hallway.
Yeah. I did not expect that. I thought like he would die. She was going to shoot him. He would die, disappear, and he had to like start all over again or something. Because when Abe mentioned like, do you remember how that ended with Nora? Like, I don't know.
That would have been a lot better, I think.
Yeah.
Than killing this
Killing
other
this
girl.
poor lady. Yeah.
This poor girl. It was sad. It was very sad.
Yeah.
They go back to Warlock because it's like the three of them. So Eric's dead. Liz is on life support. It must be Warlock. And he's like, dude, I can't even get into the system anymore because the passcodes are changed. And he didn't change it, so they can only be changed from the inside. So it's someone from the NYPD. And that just further confirmed that you were right. Then,
question.
Yeah.
Sorry. Did Liz get hit by Joe and Hanson?
No.
Okay, it was another car?
It was them.
It was just a random guy. They were like a block away.
Oh, okay.
I see.
Yeah.
Got it.
But Henry stays in the hospital with Irene. No, yeah. Liz. And Irene is there, the cyber lady.
The blonde cyber
And
girl.
something clicks. There's a moment when you just see it click in Henry's mind, and he's like,
I look
You do
forward
it.
to
You
those
did it.
moments.
Yeah.
Like, I love seeing him get it.
It's like, yeah, it must be hard for you to look at her like that. And she's like, I guess. And he's like, because you don't like to look at gross stuff, right?
That is so clever on the writer's part.
Yeah.
Like a very clever little tiny
Tiny.
detail.
and she didn't want to look because that was Eric, and that Eric was
her boo.
seducing her to get the codes, even though he was with Liz, and she fell in love with him and gave him the codes and was going to ruin her career. And so she was just trying to clean up the mess and save her career. You're never going to get away with that, lady.
Yeah,
Never.
that's it.
And then Henry gets blackmailed again by her because she, like, cuts off her ventilator support, and she's like, our secrets die with her.
Die with her. And
Well,
I knew.
There's
no way.
I mean, there was no way he would say yes to that, but the like the close up of his face and then commercial break, you're like,
Yeah.
he's gonna make the right decision.
And then the next moment, Pegah melts into a puddle.
It was just the hottest thing. I'm sorry, is to see him like look at her and then like hit the code blue button and give her like CPR or whatever.
Because he's like looking in the camera.
He's a doctor.
And Pegah's like,
He's a doctor. He knows how to give CPR.
I know, but it just the way he just took control over that situation. I was just like, oh my goodness.
She was, yeah. It was a little hot
It
in
was
there.
really good. Yeah, I liked it.
All right. Well, they save her.
Yeah.
Irene walks out. Everyone pieces it together. It's Irene.
It's just so nonchalant, don't you think? Like,
Oh, yeah.
her secret's pretty much out, and she's just like, doo-doo-doo, like, what?
no problem.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're in that, like, state of shock.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, what? Like, she commits suicide. She gets hit by an ambulance.
It's like such a Mean Girls moment.
I want to know how
Very
they filmed
Mean Girls moment.
that. Like, it looks so real.
We can ask the question. We'll ask Matt Miller. We'll text.
Was
text
it
him.
green
We'll
screen?
tweet him. I'm not that cool. I don't have Matt Miller on text.
Just
but
text Matt.
Just text them. I'll just text the creator. We'll tweet the creator and see
I'm
how.
sure it was green screen.
Probably.
Yeah, but very good job.
Yeah, it looked very good.
It was very Mean Girls. She commits suicide. Lucas's little comment at the end was cute. He's like, but what if I was attracted to the evil in her? And I'm like, Lucas, that's what makes you so, like, so cute.
Yeah.
I love it. And then Jo walks in, and she actually did get an email from someone saying to check out Henry's records. And for a moment, I'm like, wait, did an email go through?
I'm like, what does she know?
I figured, like, she would figure it out. She'd be like, Guam, and she wouldn't really care because he's so good at what he does. She doesn't really care about his background. But apparently he went to Oxford, and Guam was just a refresher course. I don't know. But I knew it was Liz from her deathbed. She was, like, dying. And now she is hacked into his records the next day.
Yeah, because when Jo says that to him, you know, Henry's like, yes, I went to Oxford.
It's so funny.
And then it clicks.
It clicks. And she hacks into the computer again and you know, talks to him. And
they're like buddies now.
They're buddies. It was a cute relationship. And he's like, well, what about Liz Chamberlain? Is she going to disappear? And she was like, I don't know what you're hiding, but you were pretty convincing that it's probably not a good idea to run. It was cute. It was all about, like, privacy, and it's scary today.
Oh,
there's so much technology.
Privacy.
There is no
It did make me wonder because the hackers were saying Dr. Morgan only has 6 years of history on file. Why wouldn't he change his name all the time?
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Right?
point.
That's
So
smart.
in our flashbacks, of course, like, there's a picture of him and it says Dr. Henry Morgan. Of course, if Nora saw this, she's gonna be like, excuse me,
Yeah.
That's my husband.
that's my hubs who said he was immortal. And I threw in the asylum. And let me go check this out. You know what? If he just had a different name with that picture, I'd be like, oh, maybe they just look alike.
Right.
But it's always Dr. Henry Morgan. Always.
Smart.
Because when, like, A was growing up, weren't they living in New York also then? So twice around?
I don't know.
Oh,
Getting
it's
sloppy.
He might need to
You gotta
change
change your
it.
name, bro.
It's like, that's 101. That's like Immortal 101 right there.
Immortal 101.
Or just if you're on the run.
Or, yeah.
If you, I don't know, Marielou Mandl might not be my name.
Oh, boy. We'll get into that later. Like always, the episode ends on a scene between Henry and Abe, and it's a cute thing when he's like, well, was it about a woman? And he's like, no. It's about 2
Ooh.
women.
And then Abe's like, oh yeah, speaking of, let me tell you about this time with me and 2 women. And Henry's like, no, I'm still your dad.
Yeah, like I don't want to hear
Stop talking. I love it.
Of course, Abe would have lots of threesomes.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, Abe has had some experiences. I love him. He's
That
so
fireball.
cute. He is a little fireball. We need a love interest for him. Like, it could be a past one again, or
Yeah, Jane Seymour again.
Jane Seymour can come back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, before we get into predictions, I just want to remind you guys to follow the show on SoundCloud. Watch it on iTunes. You can listen to it on iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it on YouTube. We want to know what you think. Leave comments. We read all of them.
All of them. We try to respond to.
Yeah.
Yeah. We like to read it.
We do. We want to know what you think. And on Twitter, of course, you could tweet us anytime. You could use the hashtag APTV forever. Helps us find it a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let us know what you think. And let's get into predictions.
Predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV
Predictions. All right, what do you got for me?
Well, even though we didn't do a whole news section, I just wanted to mention the picture
I'm sorry.
that got put up of Donnie
singing.
Yes.
So it's not news, but it's news, right? It's
And predictions. 'cause
Yeah.
and predictions.
It's going to happen.
It fits all together. Yeah, I was very excited to see these pictures
So
put up.
Alana De La Garza, she's the one that first tweeted out a couple photos of him, and he looks like he's having a
It's like very,
blast.
it's looking like it's karaoke,
Totally,
right?
yeah, because there's a book of songs or whatever. But I was so excited to see
He's
that.
like belting it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys, we directly influence a storyline on Forever.
Dude,
Thank you guys
pretty
for all
awesome,
your
yes.
help, for tweeting and retweeting and getting to all the writers, because this is amazing.
yeah, we did it. We did it.
We did
We
it.
got Donnie to sing.
Yes.
Oh my
It
God.
was really great. As far as predictions, though, Lucas is going to be the first one
Okay.
to find out, because he's going to be the one that will accept it because of his comic book obsessions. He's going to be like, yes, it all makes sense. Yes, this is.
see.
He's going to be the one that will take over Abe's position.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, we see that Cuba Gooding Jr. comes in next episode, which is March 24th.
We
by
have
the
to
way.
wait 2 weeks.
Come
Not
on.
cool.
We have to wait
Forever.
So yeah, I've read that that's going to be Joe's little love interest for a couple episodes. So, but I think Joe is going to be the one that finds out first. I honestly think she deserves it. She's so good to Henry. He's good to her. They have a solid friendship.
I feel like I have to pick someone else so we could have like 3.
Nah, you can. Whatever,
else is
whatever
there?
your heart feels.
Whatever my heart feels. I'll think about it. Keep
Okay.
going. Sorry, I
No,
interrupted
that's
you.
pretty much it. I don't want to see Adam again for a while.
Really?
There's no need. There's no need.
I think
He's cool.
he needs to pop up like one more time before, like, I'm sure like the finale
Right.
or like, you know, the second to last and last will be a very Adam centric show.
Do you think Adam will be at the karaoke bar, like beatboxing in the back?
Oh my
Because
gosh.
the actor that plays Adam is a national.
I
He's
don't know,
a
but I saw that
championship
video.
level beatboxer. You know,
Look it up
Burn
on
Gorman.
YouTube. It's good.
Yeah.
I actually want to see Adam. I think he needs to come in one more time before like the big probably ending. Of course, I say this every week. Abigail, what the heck happened with them? Last week, I loved seeing her like older and how their relationship, like that's probably the beginning of the end for their relationship. But like what actually happened at the end? And you were saying at the beginning of the show before we went live, Henry hasn't died in a while.
He hasn't. I need some
We
water,
need
Henry.
some naked Henry in water result of killed. But I'm sure that hasn't happened because he's always with people and it can get confusing for those people. And that's probably why he isn't killed that often.
And that's where today, when he was going to go try to, with the gas, like test the gas out, it was just interesting because he went with Joe. So he had to, I wonder if he initially was like, oh, let me just go and and die. But he's like, oh, let's get some gas masks. Maybe
we'll try
team
building event.
Yeah, and then we'll cuddle. We'll cuddle in the dead person's bed.
It was it was like very intimate, but also really weird because they have these masks on.
That masks in this bed that somebody just died in.
Yeah, this is a crime scene.
And they're getting all like, well, is it? Why death, Henry?
Yeah.
Why do you want to live forever?
And it's the tone with
There's a little change in her voice when she talks to Henry. Oh, Pegah's like, I picked up on that a while ago.
I don't know. I keep teetering between friendship and flirtation.
No, you could you let it be. You want them to love each other.
You do. All right, guys. What?
Don't be sad about it.
No, I'm good.
It's wonderful.
I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Any last comments?
No. Can't wait for March 24th.
March 24th. 2 weeks. Thanks for watching, guys.
And I'm not going to have a forever on my birthday week. That's lame.
It's okay. We can meet up for some cocktails and talk about Henry.
Ladies' night?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll wear our Henry scarves.
Yes. Done.
Awesome.
Deal. Guys, thanks for watching. Again, leave us your comments on YouTube. Listen on iTunes, SoundCloud. We want to know what you think, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.